Mickey, obviously a pretty tough day with Ricky's farewell, but I guess looking forward, what does the team have to get right now before Hobart?
Yeah, look. First and foremost, it was a tough day, a very emotional day for the dressing room, really, with Ricky's sort of departure, I guess, and that leaves a massive hole in the dressing room. Not just obviously the obvious in terms of his batting, but just the aura he brings to the dressing room and his intensity around training and his cricket nous, I guess. So. Yeah, we've got to find a way to fill that. I've had a chat to a couple of the other players. We need some of the other players to stand up now and try and fill that void. And then it is time for I guess a little bit of time for reflection. We obviously gutted that we couldn't win in Adelaide because that would have taken a bit of pressure off us coming into Perth. South Africa were really good here and put us under the pump, no doubt about it, and we paid the price for a very, very bad day too. So against a side like that, you pay the ultimate price. But if I have a look over the last year, and I go back to the Test match that we had in Hobart, where we lost to New Zealand, that was a time for real reflection, a time for change. And I think as a Test unit, we can take a lot of pride in what we've done over the last year. I certainly think we're in a far better place now than we were this time last year, and we've just got to keep building. We've got a big series now, Sri Lanka. We've got to keep building through that, and then we've got a real tough series in India, followed by what is obviously the ultimate, and that's the Ashes. So we've got to make sure that we've got a settled unit, very clear in their roles come those big tests that lie ahead of us. But I'm still really happy that we're going in the right direction.
Mickey, you said how disappointed you were with the batsmen in the first innings. Are you disappointed then that they didn't go out and prove something to you today?
Yeah, look, I think we didn't get enough runs, and that's clear in this Test match. We got enough runs in Brisbane, and we got certainly a lot of runs in Adelaide. Albeit off the back of Cowan and Warner showed us glimpses this series. I thought they were very good in patches. We need a lot more consistency, I guess, from especially our top four, because we know at 5 and 6 we've got the best batsman in the world going into this Test match, and Mr. Cricket and Huss. So we know that we're really well covered at 5 and 6. We just need 1, 2, 3, and 4 to be giving us a really good platform, I guess, and that's something that we'll have a look at. But when you're looking at Cowan, you're looking at Warner, you're looking at whoever comes in again, and then Watto. There's not a massive amount of Test caps there. Obviously take Watto aside. We've got to give those guys time to grow, I guess, and be a little bit consistent. They've shown us they've got the goods. We've just got to be patient with them.
I guess the question is sort of whoever comes in for Ricky, could it be a like-for-like swap at number 4, or is a rejig of the order going to be required? I mean, do you have a preference? Would you prefer it to be just a straight swap?
I think we haven't even discussed it yet. So I'm obviously putting a personal opinion without wanting to name names, but it'd probably be a guy that would come in and bat 3, possibly a move for Watto to 4. It just looks right and gives us a little bit of stability. But again, ultimately, Michael and I will once we see who that guy is, and we've got we've got it in our minds who we think the guy is, but we still need to discuss that as a selection panel, and then sit down in Hobart next Monday when we arrive there and make a decision on what our preferred batting order is going to be.
Mickey, you played a role in getting that South African team together. What did it feel like to be on the receiving end of it? And also, how long do you think that they can maintain this level that they're playing at the moment?
Oh, look, they're a tremendous cricket side, and I still take a lot of interest in their performances. I'm really gutted now that we didn't beat them, because this was a massive series, and I've always said the series is not about me, but personally, it would have been nice to be able to get one over South Africa. But they're a tremendous cricket team, and I get a lot of pride in seeing those players play the way they're playing now. I thought they showed us how to absorb pressure, and they absorbed pressure for a lot of the days this series. We sort of put them under, I think, more days than they probably put us under over the whole series, and yet when it really mattered, they came to the fore, and that's the hallmark of a very good cricket team, which South Africa clearly are now. So, yeah, they're flying, and there is a sense of pride, you know, when I look at a job that I did in the past, but my focus is very, very much Australia, and it'll give me a lot of pride one day when hopefully we can topple them and get to number one as well.
There's also a lot of intrigue about the makeup of Australia's bowling attack for the next test. Have Johnson and Stark done enough to keep their spots?
I thought they were both good this game. I thought they would. Obviously, Peter Siddle comes back in the mix. Hilfy is, you know, we again. I'm talking. We haven't sat down and discussed anything. We've got to really discuss our attack as an attack and not as an individual. You know, an individual bowler. We've got to look at what the best attack is for us to get 20 wickets. And we need to sit down again and make those decisions. I thought Stark and Johnson were very good this game.
You mentioned Cowan and Warner needing sort of more consistency at the top. I mean, they've each made hundreds this series, but they don't sort of tend to put on a big opening stand. It's sort of one goes on or the other. Is there something that you know that they can work on to sort of, you know, make them sort of mesh a bit better, or like?
No, look, as I've said, they've both shown us that they can play, and we know that both of them belong at this level, which means we're going to give them every opportunity to fulfil that. I think with experience will certainly come a lot more consistency, and that's obviously key for us is consistency and getting good starts, because then that takes the pressure off the middle order. I'm very comfortable though that those two have it in them to give us that consistency at the top of the order, and individually they've shown it again this series against probably the best bowling attack in the world.
Mickey, how much planning have you already put into Sri Lanka, given that you've had this South Africa series to go through first, and what can you tell us that you know about them and how you're going to prepare for them?
Oh, look, you know, we always a step ahead of you know, as a coach, you always, once the game starts, your focus almost goes to the next game. So we've done all our preparation in terms of we've looked at them on video. You know, we've certainly got an understanding of what Sri Lanka are going to bring to the party here, and we'll just prepare accordingly when we get down to Hobart. But certainly our thinking and planning has moved on, and it moved on to Sri Lanka when this Test match started for us as a coaching staff.